Oh, goody.
Alright, what's up everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Mercenaries video. So today we have a really cool kind of nature-focused comp that uses an ability that I honestly did not expect to be as good as it has been. And that is, if you can't tell by the name of the comp here, Totemic Mastery on Baine. So if you haven't seen this before, he has a battle cry of a summon a 0/10 grounding totem. And the grounding totem, what that basically does is it will absorb damage for adjacent units until it dies. So basically, it just takes some hits for you. However, that's not like the main reason we're running it, but it is kind of a nice benefit and upside. The main reasons we are running the totem here are: one, it does give us a way to protect against Valera on turn 1, as Valera does not like the small summons, as she can't get in her damage versus our regular mercenaries, so that's always pretty good. But the bigger reason is Maestra. So I did a build a few days ago where we were taking a look at Maestra with Eudora for kind of a similar reason. Maestra really appreciates when you have an extra unit on board. Now, sometimes the totem will die before she comes out, but even in that case, it's kind of okay, and it's more of just an upside if the totem happens to live when she gets out, as then you get in an extra hit. So that's pretty sweet, but the other nice thing about this is, since we're always swapping Baine out, we actually get to get his totem back when he comes out the second time, and that can be quite useful, being able to kind of rebuy your totem summon. So similar to what we were doing with Eudora, but I think this comp has a lot more general synergy, whereas the other comp, you're kind of just running Eudora because it lets Master get in that extra hit and you get a little bit of value with the cannon, but there wasn't like super great synergy with the rest of the comp. Whereas this comp, there is a lot of synergy. So this is a nature-focused build, and so we do have Elise here rocking the Talon Trinket just for that additional damage. I find it's definitely the best equipment for her in the majority of builds, unless you're going for like a super fast Golden Monkey, but that's not really what we're trying to do. Then basically every turn, or every turn 1, we're always going to be buffing with Elise, as we really do want those stat buffs, and we do not want to be attacking with her on 1, because we do not want our Elise to be the one that swaps out for Maestra. Instead, we want Baine to swap out because of the reasons I mentioned about the totem, and Baine is actually much better in the late game in this comp. This comp has a very high kind of sustain late game between Baine with his healing as well as Mouth. It actually gets kind of crazy. Reno. I honestly underrated Reno quite a bit. Now, I'm still not going to be maxing my Reno even when I do have the coins. It's not relevant to this build, but there's another build I'm going to be featuring soon where Reno is actually better to have unmaxed versus maxed. So if you're still leveling up your Reno, definitely recommend waiting a little bit on that if you can. But in this build, it doesn't really matter. So if you did already max your Reno, it's not a negative or anything like that. But Reno's really just there as a good taunt to help round out the comp a bit, and his death rattles are quite strong. He gives us that regular taunt, he gives us kind of a pseudo spell taunt in Dazzle and Flexen, which is basically the only button we're pressing on Reno the vast majority of the time. There are fringe case scenarios where the other ones are relevant, but generally you're just spamming skill 2 here as you want the taunt, and even though it's not a ton of damage, forcing their ability to hit Reno if possible is very strong. And then the death rattle is actually very, very helpful. Reno's one of the characters we really don't care if he dies, because usually when he does die, it is actually beneficial for us. So I actually really liked him in this comp. I really think I underestimated Reno, though I do think we need a little bit more clarification on his abilities with the text, just to make them a little bit more clear so players understand. Now, the bench is really interesting in this comp. So it's actually a nature-focused bench, and the way you want to think about this comp a lot of the times is your opener really is more like Elise, Reno, and then Maestra, because Maestra is the one who's actually coming in on turn 1. And like I said, Baine is going to be kind of our late game with Malfurion. Baine and Malf has some awesome synergy. The Life Root Staff and the Nature abilities. Also, I find a lot of people really don't focus down Elise as much because most of the time we're not trying to advance the Golden Monkey. Usually we'll use the buff skill always on turn 1, and then sometimes the bleed as well, as the bleed's pretty good. But after that, we're really just using Elise as a nature unit, and she actually can do quite a lot of nature damage. And then sometimes in the late game, Guiding Path can be kind of helpful as well, just having that quick ability that heals. It's also a nature ability, so if Malf is out, we get some healing as well, and it scales up with Baine, because even though we don't have the heal power on the item, we do naturally gain some heal power just by attacking in with Baine. So that's pretty cool. Also, one thing that's pretty neat is Mercenaries enchantments, basically like the heal power we see here, freezing, stealth, any of that stuff. When a mercenary goes back to the bench, it keeps those attributes. So because we attack on turn 1 with Baine, he goes back to the bench, but he gains that +2 healing power. So that's actually very, very useful and relevant for this build. And then this one might look kind of odd, but Leroy has actually been really, really good in this comp. Right now, we have a lot of summons running around. Leroy also gets the benefit of the stat buff from Elise, and ninja looting makes him grow really, really fast. There are a lot of blues running around right now, especially some shadow builds that have been getting popular. And so being able to swap Leroy in and just go for 0-speed Leroy Jenkins is really, really strong in the current environment. And the cool thing about this is we can actually sustain Leroy to where he lives more than just one big hit a lot of the time, which is awesome because most of the other Leroy builds I've tried, unless you make him absolutely gigantic, he usually just doesn't live past a turn or two because he's just a little bit more fragile HP-wise, and he takes quite a bit of damage when he goes in with Leroy Jenkins. But because of the healing with Baine and Malfurion, it actually makes it pretty reasonable to get a lot more usage out of your Leroy, and he definitely helps us close out and win some games we would not be able to win without him. And then Maestra really 100% makes this build. This build cares about positioning, so you do have to think about that a bit. We usually have Baine in the middle, but sometimes there'll be fringe circumstances where you may want to do things a little bit differently, but generally Baine in the middle because that's where you want Maestra to be. And we're using the Mask of Mimicry on her, as that is what allows us to swap her in when Baine attacks, and like I said, we really want Baine as our late game unit. There are a lot of powerful green benches going around right now, most notably Sylvanas, but also Sinestra is still around, and I found Baine plus Malfurion is just really, really strong for closing out the game a lot of the time. The ability here, Earth Mother's Fury, is really, really powerful. Initially, I wasn't sure if it deserved the 2 cooldown. Now, after playing with it some more, I do think it does deserve it because it is super duper strong, being able to essentially crit for 50 against greens and do it as an AoE. One thing worth noting, though, is there is currently a bug with the Death Blow here where the Death Blow does not seem to be working correctly, and I think that will be fixed in a future patch, but for the time being, the Death Blow effect isn't doing what it's supposed to. So I think this build will actually get even stronger once that gets fixed, because a lot of the times we are death blowing, and setting cooldown on an enemy ability equal to the original value is kind of insane in the late game if you can just lock them out of skill 2 or skill 3 abilities for a turn, because a lot of the times all you need is one more turn to win the game. So really, really fun comp. I honestly was really surprised with how it performed. I played quite a lot of it on stream the other day, which is where our games are going to be from. Doing more streaming a bit more regularly now, so if you want to catch some Mercenary games live, I'll have a link in the description where you can check those out. But we're going to get into the games here. Before we do, if you enjoy this type of content, do remember to like and subscribe. It does a ton to help out the channel, and it keeps the Mercenaries videos coming. So without further ado, let's get into the games.
I'm liking this album. This is a jam. Oh, look at that. We have attack on our totem. Oh, and it took 2 hits because of that. That's sick. Totem gaming. Oh, and the positioning's still good. That's cool. That was quite a turn 1. I guess I should hit this instead. Oh no, I shouldn't hit that because then Trigor's gonna make me a sad man. I guess because they're slow, I can use that's my treasure pretty safely, and we'll just apply some bleed. Okay, so the question is, what do we swap in here? Probably Baine. Or we could, actually, I like Malf. Have Reno die. Yeah, the stream went down for like a minute or 2. Freaking internet company. Sweet Sprinks. Thanks for the follow. Wait, what? It didn't overkill the Reno like it normally does. That's weird. I'm not complaining though. That's different. I've never seen that happen. All right, we should win this pretty easily. Nice. Well, that was cool. Neat. Valera Kazakis Trigor. Haven't seen this. Do 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 do.
Job's done.
So they definitely have Sylv on bench. That was pretty cool. Now we get a full nature swap in. Seems pretty good. They probably swap in Longjin and what's her? Actually, I don't know. We definitely do this though. I mean, honestly, the nature comp kind of working out, you know. Oh, hello, Diablo. What is this? Oh man, dude, the totem says screw Kazakis. That's hilarious. Or not Kazakis, Vol'jin. The totem just says no, thank you, sir. That's pretty funny. Definitely Earth Mother's Fury. So that's 25. So we should just kill Kaz. Or I could do, what, 12 and 25? It's still not enough on its own. So we should just speed up for next turn. Look at that. Totem Gaming, chat. Totem Gaming. Look at that. It doesn't save it from both? What a scam. We got lucky and lived, though. The totem prevents the next damage that an adjacent unit would take. Instead, the totem takes it. I mean, we're still in a great spot.
Job's done.
Let none survive.
Can root Diablo to kill it. We can heal ourselves up. We can kill the Vol'jin. We'll deal with Sylv next turn, I think. Seems reasonable. Wow, they didn't scale the Sylvanas. That's funny. That's got to be a mistake. I think Malf dies. But it doesn't really matter that much. Should be able to win still. Oh, fuck that. Are you kidding me? I think we still win, though. But like, damn, it might tie now. I don't know. We'll see. No, we win. Just barely, but we win. By the skin of our teeth. 1 HP. Do 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 do. Oh man, I haven't seen this comp in forever. The classic Diablo, Kazakus, Trigor. It's been a long time. I hated this comp with a burning passion last, or before the big drop. But now it's pretty, it's not that bad dealing with it, I think. They should still nerf Trigor. And they should still nerf another character or two, but so far it hasn't been too bad. Look at that. The totem eating the damage like a champion. Alright, we'll apply our bleed, I suppose. I mean, we could just start attacking, actually. Actually, I like bleed, because helps deal with the Diablo. In come the golems. What do we want to send in here? I think Malfurion? Actually, no, they're going to send in Kazakus. In which case, it's Leroy time, I think. So we can actually mess up their combo here. There's actually a chance we can kill their stuff before they can even combo, which is cool.
Job's done.
They didn't even go for their combo? Really? Oh, it wasn't enough? Oh, shoot. That's not good. I thought it was enough. Oh, the bleed got him, though. That worked out, actually.
Job's done.
This comp's really fun.
Job's done. For the wild. Eyes of the Earth Mother are upon us.
Oh, shoot. Bad positioning. I need to learn to think about the golem more. Look at that. That was pretty nice.
I have no time for games.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Us being on 10 here is a little sus. But I think we have to take the risk and just go for it. Karen's really not threatening anything. Nice, we won the flip. That means we win. Because we can zap this, both of our stuff lives, and then we'll heal. Or I guess we can't heal afterwards, so we'll just punch and then...
Job's done.
Oh, wait. 74. Yeah, I still don't have enough. Hey, what's up, Izzy's? This works out, right? Yeah, because we heal. Yeah, that's fine. And we have nature combo, too. Yeah, the nature combo saved us there, actually. That's cool.
Job's done.
Close game. Calculated. Yeah, they should have shot. I don't think they thought they could die there.
My quest begins here.
Eyes of the Earth Mother are upon to save the day.
I'm looking for a few good mercenaries.
Here we go.
All right, do that. Oops, that's not what we want to do on Elise. Always buff with Elise. Oh, them doing that is actually quite good for us.
So many new faces.
Now we bleed.
Job's done.
Yeah, the totem is kind of, it's there to help with the master thing, but it also protects us with the Lyra. Totem's just a very interesting... And we can get the totem back because Baine goes to the bench. Oh, cool. The bleed... I didn't realize that the bleed, since it's end of turn, it doesn't trigger Trigor. Well, that's handy. That's very handy. I think it's Baine here. We could even... Baine actually helps protect the Elise, too. What does this do? We're just gonna dazzle and flex, I guess, again. Or, actually, there's my treasure, seems alright too. Because none of their abilities are targeted. I mean, I guess the Vol'jin one could be, but Vol'jin always AoEs. That's another good point. It doesn't trigger Trigor because it's also not attached to a mercenary. Oh, that sucks. Losing Baine there is really bad. We would have much preferred to lose Reno. Now we have to YOLO Leroy. They're very favored to win the 0 speed stuff, but it's literally our only out, essentially. Oh, your daughter broke your headset. Sorry to hear that, man. I guess this is better because it can hit Valera potentially. Do. I mean, it's not over yet, right? I guess I shouldn't have 0 speeded the Leroy. Nah, it was still right. It was still right, I think. But I don't think we can win now. Maybe we can tie. Let's think about this a little bit. We need the attack on Leroy. And we need the speed on Malfurion, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I should have rooted the Diablo, probably. No, it's fine, actually. Huh. I think I win if the Leroy order goes my way. If Leroy hits Diablo and then Sylvanas, I can then... That'll be 42... Oh, no, it's still not enough, huh? Oh, wait, and then 32. Yeah, it is. So I win if Leroy hits here first, I think. All right. Here, let's get some Leroys for good luck. All right, time's up. Let's do this. Let's go. Oh, another 1 HP win, baby. A lot of different people on ladder today than I'm used to. Yeah, I saw the analysis. That was good analysis. So it was basically a 1 in 4 if they played right, 50-50 the way they played it. That seems correct. That was a fun game, though. Yeah, I've played some Immortal, mainly to play with friends and whatnot. I haven't put any money into it. If I did put any money into it, it'd probably just be for the little battle pass thing if I complete it, because the rewards seem kind of alright for $10 or whatever it is. $5, $10. I don't remember how much it costs. But other than that, I don't see anything worth spending money in that game for myself. Alright, Totem saves us some damage. And that's interesting. The Totem actually blocked the Eudora. No, it didn't block the Eudora cannon. It was just delayed. Okay. It messed up their Master, though. Oh, it's gonna be weird with ours now. Well, that was kind of funny. That was cool. That was very cool. We'll just bleed to get rid of the cannon. This comp's very fun. Dallas ran into this kind of at the end of his stream, and it looked really cool, so I wanted to try it. And now we just go full nature. And the other cool thing about this comp is we rebuy the totem. They don't have any blues. Oh, we're going to be eating. Oh, they're pirates. They're pirates. So because of that, we want to protect Elise, I think. Yeah, this comp's really sweet. We, like, absolutely obliterate them here. So Elise is the bleed, so she'll die to the bleed. So we just focus Eudora. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Maestra's really cool. I don't think she's quite as overpowered as I initially thought, but she's like a good character. Oh, why would you summon a cannon there? Now Elise dies to the bleed. Pretty sick. Yeah, I can take a look. Yeah, that was a very good turn. Now we can root Edwin as well. Root Edwin. We can get our healing power up. Or we can just root them all with Elise. Well, actually, we don't need to root. We can just do this, and then we'll root with Elise. This doesn't matter because it's not an attack, but I think this seems good. Now we start. That way we keep our healing power going up, and our speed pretty high for nature stuff, which we want. And now we can just heal up. So we can go root. Actually, we don't even need to root. We can just do this. This. We even need to... we should heal to play it safe, right? Or we could save the heal. 84, 81. We'll heal. We can't lose if we heal. And now they just don't have the damage. Yep, there we go.
All right, so we had some really sweet games with this. Again, this comp really outperformed my expectations. I do think maybe part of it is people also do not know how to play against it right now. Maybe if it becomes more popular, people will be able to get a bit more of an edge in certain matchups. But generally, my feelings about it is it kind of has game against the vast majority of comps I have seen on ladder, both new and old. So I'm really liking it. And on top of that, it's just a lot of fun to play. It uses a lot of my favorite units, and it gives kind of this neat late game nature survivability thing that I've really always liked the idea of and the playstyle of, but it just hasn't felt very relevant in a while. Like the nature benches aren't what they used to be, and I really used to like playing around with them, and I thought the sustain with Malfurion was really cool. So now the fact that we can get it even a little bit crazier with our healing power on Baine is just really awesome. So highly recommend giving this build a try. It's just something fun and different to do, and it seems to be pretty effective. Also, I think this is the comp with the most new mercs out of the ones I've played so far. We have 4 new mercenaries here with Elise, Baine, Reno, and Maestra. So a lot of different stuff. Again, positioning matters quite a bit, so sometimes it will take a bit of learning, and I definitely made some misplays along the way while learning that, but that's just part of the fun and the experience of learning a comp like this. So that is going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.